There's a lot of secrets in reality TV that you never know about. So today in this video, I'm going to go over 8 secrets from my 600-pound life you had no idea about. Welcome back to Boss Trends. Let's get into the video. Number 8, Dr. Now allegedly left a tube inside a patient's body. During a non-show related procedure, Dr. Now completed gastric bypass surgery on Michelle Park, sewed her up, and sent her on her way. Unfortunately, he may have left her a souvenir, and 24 months later, that souvenir punctured her colon. According to a lawsuit initiated by Park, she ended up losing part of her colon and underwent extreme mental anguish after learning a 6.69-inch tube had been working its way through her body for almost 2 years. Park dismissed the lawsuit in 2013, but many people have speculated the dismissal was likely prompted by an out-of-court mediation. Such cases often come with a gag order, binding the plaintiff from divulging details about the settlement. In May 2017, Dr. Now responded to online reports stating the lawsuit was dismissed because he wasn't the surgeon who left the tube behind.
Yeah, we did a training in general surgery. We did a lot of weight loss surgery. And early.
Number 7, multiple 600-pound lifers have spoken out against the process. Cynthia Wills appeared on My 600-Pound Life earlier this year. After one post-operation visit to a therapist, she refused further sessions. She felt that aside from surgery, Dr. Now and the show had nothing to offer. Like Penny Sager, she decided to do things her own way, and she went on to lose 156 pounds over the next year, dropping fried foods from her diet. Her total weight loss went from 610 to 454 pounds and equaled around 25% of her total body weight. Post-show, Penny Sager also had some choice words to say about her experiences on the docuseries. When asked to discuss her interaction with Dr. Now, she replied, "He only seen me on filming and did the surgery. I was handled entirely by an off-screen doctor and treated by him, and I left them in Texas over 2 years ago."
Of my life, but it's hard to be leaving my family.
Number 6, food addiction is a real addiction. We have all heard that alcohol and drug addiction are often a result of difficulties faced during a person's formative years. Psychologists have linked addictive behavior to childhood trauma, abuse, and many other causes discussed in TLC's lineup of hard-hitting reality TV shows. But few people stop to consider how such events and experiences can trigger a food addiction. Unfortunately, the behavior can be equally self-destructive and just as real as any chemical dependency. No one can attest to that more than Ashley Bratcher, who turned to food after being assaulted in her youth. She was reportedly a very happy child until her parents divorced, forcing Penny to live with her drug-addicted mother. Penny once told cameras that she had spent most of her time with a babysitter whose husband repeatedly touched her, and she felt she had never learned to deal with those memories. Even after surgery, real weight loss fell out of reach prior to therapy sessions, where she learned to pressure pass behind her.
Depended on social security checks to pay for his living arrangements. Milliken's mother once told My 600-Pound Life that
Number 5, Henry Foots died 1 year after surgery. Henry Foots was the star of the day his first episode aired. His can-do attitude and unwavering conviction were an inspiration to millions. When he came onto the show during season 1, his goal was simple. He wanted to lose weight before attending a high school reunion, and he did. He lost 275 pounds, nearly half his body weight. Henry experienced his first death on an operating table during a successive surgical procedure to remove excess skin. But doctors were able to revive him, and he later told TLC, "There was a light to take me to heaven. I wasn't ready for it because there's so much here on earth I haven't done yet." Unfortunately, he passed away a few months after that due to a reported yet undefined medical episode. The episode occurred shortly after Henry's involvement in a traffic accident. While there was an implied correlation between the incidents, medical reports clearly show that there was no connection. Sadly, the cause of death will likely remain a mystery.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. How much you went? 600.
Number 4, Dr. Now was sued for wrongful death. While many people were first introduced to Dr. Yoon and Now's written by TLC, he has been making similar documentaries since the early 2000s. In 2004, a patient's mother filed a wrongful death suit against Dr. Now after her daughter passed. Colleen Shepard alleged that neither Dr. Now nor the hospital appropriately prepared her daughter for the impact of weight loss surgery or the risk to a woman her size. Tina Shepard died of liver failure and blood poisoning about a year after surgery. Her symptoms have been attributed to the risk of gastric bypass surgery in other patients, but there are other causal factors which can cause similar conditions. While Tina's gastric bypass procedures were reportedly recorded on camera, Dr. Now has yet to show the footage publicly. In response to the lawsuit, he stated he did not know Tina had died and that she had not showed up for his scheduled visits after surgery.
That came from Melissa, super morbid.
I started that when I started my practice.
Oh, and that was how long ago?
Number 3, every gastric bypass surgery could be lethal. There's a long list of risks associated with gastric bypass surgery. The short-term risks include lung and breathing problems, blood clots, excessive bleeding, and even death. For morbidly obese patients, those risks are heightened and include heart problems and cardiac arrest. In addition, many doctors feel if a patient is not willing or able to reach a manageable weight loss goal prior to surgery, the procedure is not likely to make a long-term difference. But how does one weigh the quality of life and potential lifespan of a morbidly obese person against the potentially fatal risk of surgery? Do doctors truly have a patient's best interests in mind when they refuse to perform procedures? Or are they simply worried about potential lawsuits? Whatever the answers, Dr. Now and the TLC crew have started a revolution that will likely open the doors to more surgical rooms. Whether that's a good thing remains to be seen.
Leg almost a month ago, and there is no reason she should be in bed and refuse to get up.
Number 2, one 600-pound lifer was labeled the heaviest woman alive. Pauline Potter, also known as Polly Bombshell, is still listed as the heaviest woman alive on the Guinness Book of World Records website. Weighing in at 643 pounds, Pauline first made the record in 2011 after she contacted the Guinness team. Her second weigh-in was performed in 2012. She also appeared on Dr. Phil and made the circuit through a few other shows and media outlets. It is important to note that despite her standing Guinness record, Pauline has reportedly lost weight over the last year. Many My 600-Pound Life fans and news outlets consider Pauline to be a media hound and disingenuous. In truth, there is really no way to know whether she was the heaviest woman alive when the report was made. As Dr. Now has said many times, most morbidly obese people don't know how much they weigh. They often refuse to get on the scale. And while Pauline is the heaviest woman reported by Guinness, there aren't many people who would volunteer to step on their scales.
My family doesn't even ask me to go out to dinner anymore.
Number 1, Dominique Lenois's deadly food addiction. Prior to the premiere of My 600-Pound Life, TLC chronicled a year in the life of Dominique Lenois, an overweight single mother of 6. The 500-plus pound woman first made headlines when she became stranded in Haiti after an earthquake and had to be airlifted back to Miami, Florida. After returning to the U.S., her food addiction grew, and so did she. Already bedridden when she met with TLC, she had soared to 627 pounds and was facing a life expectancy of 1 year. But due to health risks, doctors required her to lose 127 pounds before they would operate. It was a goal she would never reach. TLC cameras captured the battle for her life as she struggled with weight fluctuations, finally giving into her addiction. At one point, her doctor made a heartful plea stating, "You're going to die in this bed. This bed is your coffin." But she couldn't control her addiction. Viewers watched in horror as her weight skyrocketed to 689 pounds, and she literally ate herself to death.
Should go.
Call me Lily.
All right, baby. Take care.
Okay.
This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.